I just wanted to finish up here in the front garden, and this is something that I've been working on for some time now. It changes, and I love that about it. And I've done a video on this front garden before, and it's turned out, well, it's just, it's a work in progress, so it's kind of fun to show you guys. I'm excited. Okay, so here it goes. So this is just a smattering of things that I have here on the farm that I've kind of tucked in, like I have extra and that kind of thing. A grouping of some irises are just fading, and then some lilies are popping up here by this old bird bath. I'm repeating that, touches throughout the circle garden and here of that burgundy. I love that, just that cool feel that it gives. We've had very dry weather here, and I'm struggling to keep things watered. It's been warm and hot, and we've moved a lot of transplants, so you can kind of see some of the hostas are saying, I don't like this. But you know what? They're gonna be fine, They're just gonna be fine. I keep telling them that, Look at this fern. Moved that. Doesn't like it, but there's a new shoot. Hello there. Isn't that beautiful? Next year it will be gorgeous. This hosta I had to move because one of the trees fell. Doesn't like it. Not at all. Next year it will. I don't fret too much. I love this Japanese maple. It's, you can tell that it's got this beautiful variegated foliage, and just up against that blue spruce there. Stunning, I say, stunning. It's all about the colors and mixing and matching, and just like if you were to get dressed in the morning. There's stripes, and there's polka dots, and there's variegated vines and lines. So fun, but you want to make sure that they look well together. Little Shasta daisies. Oh, and here's Peanut to say hello. So this little area here behind me that I just showed you with the hostas and things just not loving their little new homes yet. Those we just planted this year. Some of them I planted this year. So that whole area is underplanted with beautiful spring blooms. I think there's a blue jay that doesn't like the fact that peanut butter is here. Saying, I don't like this. Yeah, I think there's a nest close by. Yeah, I think so. I hear babies every once in a while. Such a fun time this spring we have here. It's almost the end of June. It really doesn't like us. Okay, so I think I'll move on. So this little water fountain that's kind of tucked back in next to the sauna area. So that's our sauna. Super cute. I'm gonna move all those lanterns. Those lanterns are gonna go out to the chicken coop. But my kids a long time ago had bought me this little copper fountain for Mother's Day. And I just thought, I'm just going to stick it next to the sauna. And it just gives this garden, I'm going to move because, oh my gosh, this is becoming quite noisy and loud. Anyways, it normally gives this garden a nice, just gentle, calming sound. That's what I want. I want people and guests, when they're coming to take a sauna, that they'll just be able to have just the enjoyment. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is hilarious. Yeah, okay. It's supposed to be a nice, calming, relaxing environment. Oh my God, that's hilarious. My husband just shoveled all of this pea gravel for me. Beautiful. Well done. Love it. Oh my gosh. And then look at this, you guys, really quick. This is called... Why do I do that in front of you guys? I can't remember anything. Elk. Horn. Oak. Oh, sorry. One moment. Oak. I'm like, is it an elk? I don't know. It's not an elk. It is a oak leaf hydrangea. Beautiful. I mean, look at those little buds just starting to shimmer and shine. This has got a great fall texture. Okay. One last spot. Okay, don't mind my studio. My little studio. But this is the last thing I just did, was along this little garden. Oh my gosh, you guys. Elderberry, cherries, beautiful rose. Now that combination, I think I need to get in here and get some cherries. The birds are here already. Okay, so this is day number 2 on my garden tour. I got totally distracted, and then it got really sunny, and it's really hard to film the garden when it's so sunny. So this table behind me, a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about it, and we've always had the attitude of gathering friends and family and just opening up the farm to folks. And so a table was really important, and I wanted it to be at the center of this circle garden. So anyways, this table has a little bit of a story. I had done an event where they had this long table that sat about 80 people, and it was from an old growth tree that had fallen, that was still good. It fell in a storm, I think, is the story. And I loved that people could gather around this. It was beautiful, and it created just this feeling that I wanted to recreate here in my garden. So, and I know several people have taken my idea and done this as well, so it's really cool. This table was a tree that they had fallen just up the hill from us, and they have a mill there, and so the guy milled it for me. And then a friend of mine I wanted the legs to feel like tree trunks kind of growing up. So a guy that does metal work occasionally for us for different events and that kind of thing made the legs for this. Now I have, and I'll show you here. So right here, I have little copper caps that go on it, but I haven't put them on yet. And part of it is that I just need to figure out how to do it. So I'll get them out of the shoebox one of these days and put them on. But this is the legs. Isn't that beautiful? I've just popped these little inexpensive bar stools here. And then the concrete, people ask me about this. This was out of the flooring in the studio when we first got here. It was just all broken up and cracked, and you'd trip on it and it just looked awful. So I just used it here around the circle garden. I think it turned out well. So look at this beautiful, there's so much. The lavender has started to bloom here. The yarrow, I love that mixture of color. I love popping in just a few details, like a little more tropical, a little more edgy, I guess. And this combination here of the purples and the kind of bright greens mixed in. So I have this dark purple here, and then mixing in over here. This guy will get pretty big, but I think I can keep him controlled. He has like a little white bloom on it. We just have like wild sweet peas growing up. I just let them go to seed, and they come up every year. Just real pretty. They smell amazing. I kind of went with this purpley greens, fuchsias, pinks this year, popping in. So off in the distance, you can see there's hills of vineyards. That is Firesteed vineyard up there. They're an organic, I believe they were at one time, but you can see the hills. That's the Coast Range looking west. Super beautiful. And then just overlooking, we're gonna have some dahlias right here that are just coming up. So the dahlias will fill this little spot here. And then off is the roses, and then the sweet pea tunnel, which is new this year. I do have these David Austin roses I just planted this year. And then this is just kind of a smattering of different things that I've kind of popped in. I wanted that kind of wildflower look that can be changed or blooming year round, because that's what you see as you drive in. So this pergola, this will be another episode, but so we just trained the roses up there. There's grapes growing up in it. There's another rose this way. This is just off the kitchen. And this is the area that I need to style, and that will be for another video this winter when you can cozy up and you're just dreaming about gardens and you want something fantastic to watch. We'll put that out then when life's not so busy. Okay, so as you walk up into this garden space, this is a little patch that was here when we first got here. Now there's like the septics here and all that kind of stuff where they like drain it. So the septic's here where they like pump it out and everything like that. So I wanted to cover that up because it just had this like kind of like the caps that go on, they're green and stuff. But so this rose bush grows so big in the summertime that you don't see them. And then I've planted some other things around it. And I think I did a pretty good job disguising it. You'll see here. They're right underneath there. So I just cut this back anytime that we need, you know, every couple of years that you need your septic changed. It works out pretty well. Look at our first dahlia is blooming. Little red dahlia. Stella's making an appearance. I love the hanging baskets I chose this year with just that kind of pop of purple, keeping that going here in the garden. It ended up that I wanted everything to be kind of in blues and purples this year, but there's just been a smattering of all the colors, and I actually really like how it turned out. The air is just filled with the perfume of the rose. It is incredible right now. I even smell it. So sometimes when I'm here on the farm, I don't always smell everything or I get used to it. It's just like the little sensies in your house. You guys, this foxglove is outstanding. I think I got the seed from Floret. I'm not totally for sure, but it is a fun one for sure. It's kind of that rusty, beautiful, and you can see that throat, just a speckle of a creamy, buttery yellow. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna let that seed drop there. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be where the old, we kind of salvaged a greenhouse that's really, really old, a vintage greenhouse. And it's got a lot of work to do to it as far as putting it together. My poor husband, I love him, but he's gonna have his work cut out for him. Obviously, I'll help him as well, but we wanted to do it really well. And as all projects on any farm goes, you think you're gonna get it done, and then, you know, you have this timeline and exactly what you want, and it never goes that way. So I've learned, as hard as it can be sometimes, to be a little bit flexible. This was my fix, because we had the wedding here on the farm, was to put just a beautiful styling of some of my tables that I have. Some of them are vintage, and then put all my grandma's succulents. So this little greenhouse is going to have my grandmother's succulents and all my little treasured things that I like to keep, just for the fun fact of growing something. Because, you know, as you know, when you have a job that is growing flowers, it sometimes becomes a job and not so fun. So I like to keep little parts of the garden that are just for me, and that keeping that garden fun and entertaining and beautiful, so that it keeps that passion that I had for flowers and farming alive. And so anyways, this is one way I've done it. So I'm going to give you a little tour of that. Hello, Stella. She just follows me everywhere. Stella. To each and every one of you, much success in all you do this week and all you plant and grow. We'll see you later.